and beyond.
Welcome back to Talk Show Divas. My name is Sarah. This is the incredible Miss Sasha Foxx.
I hear y'all.
I love it when she says that. This is my friend Kelz.
Hi.
Yes, and this is Cece. Beautiful.
Give it all.
Beautiful.
That's the pageant way. How you going?
Yeah, elbow, wrist. Elbow. Sweet, just official. Yeah.
You look adorable today, by the way.
Thank you. You look adorable.
Thank you.
You look adorable. So last segment that I did with you guys, I wasn't here last week because I was snowed in.
Oh, man.
Very much snowed in.
Oh, my gosh. And you look like Snow White.
Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me happy. So, yeah, I want to piggyback on something we talked about the last segment that I did with everybody. But first, I want to give a shout out to 5XL Tap. I would like to say hello to Mr. T. Green in Detroit, and thank you so much for watching and all of your support. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Ah. And so what I want to talk about, we talked about dating.
Yes.
And in Atlanta. And I've had a lot to think about since then because I'm recently single. So I have been thinking about this dating in Atlanta, and I've been talking to a lot of friends about dating in Atlanta. And one of the fears we've talked about everything, being cheated on. We've talked about diseases and penises and all kinds of things. But one thing we haven't touched on yet is date rape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw it out there. Date rape. Because, I mean, just the ugly truth of it is, I mean, there are some guys who prefer an unconscious victim. Right. And so it's a big problem. And it's not about just having an opportunity, just needing to have intercourse and doing this to somebody. Like, it's a power thing. It's
definitely power.
It's
definitely about adrenaline and overtaking and controlling. That's what it really comes
and
to.
And sickness.
Yeah, but it is though. But it's about this high that they actually get off of the fact of taking, I'm going to word this properly. They're taking the vajayjay. Oh gosh, help me out here.
Somebody can't fight back.
No, it's not the fact that they can't fight back. It's the adrenaline of taking the vagina. Yeah. Okay, let me just be honest here. Let me just stop.
Yeah, we like that. Put it out there.
So anyway, it's the fact of taking the vagina and it wasn't freely given to them. It's an adrenaline of, and it's kind of sick. But I'm not saying I understand it. No. I'm not saying that at all. But I can understand the fact that people do get adrenaline rushes. Like, I'm addicted to working out, right? Like, all that stuff, especially when I get into it. And I know I get an adrenaline rush from that. So a man, his testosterone, could you imagine a man that works out, his testosterone, all that's built up, and, then he has a problem, a mental issue, and an addiction.
Yeah,
it's pretty messed up. Don't get me wrong. It is
yes.
wrong for him to put, for them to plot out, because it's premeditated. They have to seek out their prey,
right.
Find out who it is that they want to sleep with, then drug her, and then take her home or out in the woods or in the streets somewhere and rape her, or maybe in a car. I don't know what they're doing. But the fact is that it's really a sickness. I don't hear too much about date rape.
I don't either.
You understand what I mean?
I think people don't talk about it.
They don't talk about it.
It's ugly.
Those are situations where I think a lot of women might wake up and it's like, what happened last night? And unconsciously not knowing, you were not, you didn't have any parts of it. You had a couple drinks and you
think that's all
you thought you was just drunk, but in reality, something got slipped in your drink and you woke up to somebody's house that just like literally raped you.
So how can you prevent that from even happening?
Well, the Facebook video that I saw that really instigated this conversation between my friend Kel Harper and I, thank you, Kel. She and I both work in some Villa Rica bars, and we've done a lot of holding drinks for ladies. A lot.
Behind the bar?
Behind the bar. Okay. We'll take it somewhere where the public does not have access to it.
Okay.
We've done a lot of that. I have actually had angel shots ordered And I wish that would become a bigger thing, that code would become, have y'all heard about that?
Angel shot?
Okay, angel shot is where you discreetly order a shot to the bartender that will alert them that you are in danger. And the angel shot could be water, it could be apple juice. They still provide a shot. So your date, because this doesn't just happen with strangers. The really scary thing about this is it happens a lot on dates, and not just in dates, y'all, but in relationships.
Right.
That's terrifying. And so we have things in place like the angel shot. We have things in place, let me hold your drink. But I saw a video on Facebook recently of a bartender in her own bar, a bar owner in her bar. She was roofied right in front of her. She didn't leave her drink. She was sitting right there, and this man just casually 3 times was able to drop something into her glass.
So I want to say, like, okay, so I had this experience before, and I was out at a bar with my girlfriend. And I don't know what actually happened that night, but all I know is, like, I would normally drink Hennessy and Cokes. Like, I would have 4 a night, right? Because that was my minimum by 2 a.m. I would have get there at 10, have 4 a night. Okay. And so I wouldn't mix drinks because I had to, oh gosh, really, I had to drive home, okay? I'm just going to be honest. I knew my limit. Right, but I knew my limit. And so, but this particular night, I couldn't tell you how I got home. All I know is, you know, and I'm trying to recap back. I remember I go to this bar, it was extra crowded this night. And I was on like drink number 2. And so all I know is everything starts spinning. I know it was a bunch of people around us, and I know that it was a guys in there with from what I heard, like bags of pills and stuff. I don't know what the pills were. As I said, whatever, I didn't care, but I was aware of that. But you know, so I don't know, the room starts spinning, and I felt like I was like had a slurred speech, like talking slow. I remember coming out the bar. And then getting in my car. But I don't really remember how I got home. So good thing that my son's dad was, you know, in town visiting. And so when I got out the car, all I remember is he came to the car. He smacked me. He's a 250-something pound man. Smacked me in my face 5 times. I mean, hard. I wouldn't budge. And then he punched me. You know, like literally had to punch me in order to wake me up out of it. So he's like, get up, you're too drunk. I'm like, I'm not drunk. I didn't drink that much, I promise you. Wow. So I went upstairs and to my condo, and I lie to you not, I laid flat on the floor in my hallway of my condo. Like not in the house, in the cold, in the breezeway. Wow. He thought I was coming in, and I wasn't coming in. I was knocked out. I couldn't move. I heard his voice, but my body could not move. And so I do remember that experience. I don't know if that was the effects of, you know, slipping a ruthie.
That has like that. You especially if you used to have it before and you've gone there too.
Right. And that's what my girlfriend was saying. She was like, something was weird. Something happened. But when I got into the house, he was splashing water on me, putting ice on me, and I still could not budge. Wow. You know?
That's terrifying.
Yeah, so I don't know, like I said, if that had anything to do with it. But if it did, I could see how the men are getting away with raping the women, and it's like you're coherent, but your body is out of you.
Right. What a nightmare!
Yes.
What a nightmare!
Yeah.
Now, have y'all heard about the nail polish? There's supposedly a nail polish that you can dip into your drink that will change colors and react to substances like Xanax, GHB, Rohypnol.
But do I want my nail polish?
Is it real nail polish?
It's real nail polish.
So then you find out it's not, you just wasted your drink.
But I mean,
I would have how you test it.
Right. Wait a minute,
Xanax.
Right. Isn't the nail
sorry,
polish?
just find me another one.
Right. I
Start off high.
It's a real product.
But isn't the nail polish a chemical? Like, why would I want to stick that inside of my alcohol?
Well, I mean, you chew your nails with polish on. Don't tell me you don't.
I don't.
You've never thought, but
I
real
natural
deeply.
at all.
No, but I have natural nails. I don't put my face. I hate
well,
that
then,
shit.
yeah,
I am so
safe
big
to
on
drink
putting my
just in
hands in
case.
my mouth. Like my grandmother raised me and said, "You do not." She programmed me, "Do not put your hands in your mouth at all."
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have the habit of like.
They should come up with something other than nail polish, like a little
Or it can be in a nail polish type bottle, but it's
that looks like lip gloss or something that you
I
can
think
just
the
drop in there.
idea with the nail polish is, you know, a lady could casually.
Where's this
stir
nigga
her
tracking?
drink.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, a track! Yes!
And it turns color.
Ladies' business idea.
Well, then, hold on, wait a minute. That won't work for me.
This is an idea.
Mine turn black.
My hair look like a bag of Skittles.
Mine turn black.
I like that. One time I have a relative who was working in a club, and business as usual, nothing was weird to her, and just all of a sudden she had a seizure. She'd never had a seizure before in her life. Paramedics came, they took her to the hospital and all that, and they believed that she was date raped. They believed that it was, or drugged, that it was an attempted date rape.
It's common, and I think that a lot of the time we think that it's just men that do it, but in reality, like when I was way younger, I was in a situation, I went to a strip club. Mm-hmm. I got slipped one by the chick at the front desk.
Oh, really?
She wanted it.
Girl, she wanted it.
So
but not just for her, though. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you gotta be careful, because sometimes these guys, they'll have another woman with them. Yes, and that woman should, girl, I'll watch you a drink. Girl, I'll do this. Be careful of the extra friendly girls that got men, because they help. You know, they're part of the whole thing.
I wonder, do women date rape men, but then how will his penis get up if he's knocked out? You know what I mean?
I've seen Stranger Things.
Right. And if she makes it a habit, I'm sure she knows what
I think in Atlanta, though, the men might be date raping other men as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it wouldn't even just be.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the actual date rape. How can you prevent that from happening? Or do you think,
I don't
especially
think
you
that.
worked in a
Don't put your
bar,
drink
what are
down.
some things
But-
that you can
but-
do? Like
but
she
their
said, somebody's sitting
positions-
right there and it kind of.
But
Don't
right,
put it
there's
down,
positions
hold
like
your
they could be just waving their hand over your drink,
Right.
and then
Yeah, that guy was.
So just drink as soon as you get.
Yeah, chug. That's ladies chug.
Shots for the rest of y'all life. Don't get a
Be
full drink. Just do
aware.
shots.
Be aware of your surroundings is
Yes.
first and foremost. And I would advise any woman on the planet to not overdo it.
Yeah,
when you
right.
go
And
have
out.
those friends around.
Go home and have a nightcap if you really just want to tear it up.
Yeah.
You know, go home
And don't let
have a
your
couple
drunk
more.
friend leave by herself.
No.
I don't care how bad she says she really likes this dude. At least check
I don't care
him
if
out.
she punch you on her.
But that's kind of hard to
Look,
do.
look,
Some
Oh, me.
chicks-
That happened
That's
to me.
the
I
beauty.
gotta tell you something. So I had this Caucasian girlfriend, right? And so she was all cool and everything. Hey, Amy. So anyway,
Do we like Amy?
no.
I could tell by that. Hey.
Hey, Amy.
Amy.
Go ahead.
No, but for real. Like, we was out dancing and everything, and it was this one guy. I was so tore down, not up. Okay, so I was through. Okay, we was partying in section, football players. You know, we was kicking it, and then like this one well-known player. You know, we was chilling, and he's like, "Oh, come with me," and I'm like, "No, I don't want to go with you." And then he says, "No, come with me," and I say, "No, I don't think I should go with you." And then she's like, "Oh, girl, you should go." And I said,
Oh.
in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe I want to go with you." You know what I mean?
No.
And so then I went with him. You understand what I mean? And he gave me the best head of my life. But wait a minute,
He could have been worse.
She said, "Thank you, Amy." We might like it. I just playing.
The whole point I'm making is anything could have happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel
We gotta
like
have each other's backs.
I normally don't
And
get
we
like
didn't have
that,
your
but
back.
I mean, like, we do all have our times where we just want to just let loose life.
Right.
We just want to just like whatever. I
Yeah.
want to just drink tonight, you know.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I mean, like, I think that was pretty foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy.
It was.
That was
Yeah.
messed up. We don't like you. We don't like you.
Excluding the good head, it was foul.
Why?
It was foul.
And he had a bald head too. It was just like
I'm done.
just wanted to look that look good.
But that's true though. I think that women sometimes they get a little selfish and they might not want their homegirl with them, and so it's like, okay, well, let me go ahead, drop her off over here, get rid
Throw
of
her on the grenade.
Right.
Yeah.
When in
Why don't
reality,
you just talk to the guy so she can talk to another guy? You gotta play the, the.
or make sure
talk
she
to
get
the
home
friend.
and then pull your phone out and take some to come get
Exactly.
you. If that's how you feel, you don't have to like.
Right, never
I
let
would
your
never
friends
leave a
leave by
friend.
themselves
Yeah.
at all. Me either.
And if you think something has happened, if you just even think, it's better to be safe than sorry. Toss your drink. If you lost sight of it for a second, toss your drink. How much was it?
But you
Really?
know what, too?
Isn't that
I'm the
seriously?
friend that gets the drinks and gives them to
But
my
the
friends.
thing is that which I really need to understand, and this is to be honest with you, I'm being serious. Atlanta is number one for human trafficking.
Yes.
Okay. It's
In the
proven.
world.
Seriously. So with that being said, you know, as far as the date rape, the holidays are coming up, guys, please be safe. Women, you want to be sexy, you want to show off the extra stuff that's cool, getting your sexy, but be careful because you'll never understand the man's penis. You'll never understand the ones that have a penis and don't get none, and they have a penis and don't get some, have over testosterone and all this other stuff, and then they may even have a mental issue on top of that. And then when it's a bomb waiting to explode.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
You know,
nothing
it's
to take
scary.
lightly.
It is scary.
You gotta watch out for each other. Stay in your groups. If you do have to leave your drink for whatever reason, leave it with an employee,
I'm gonna take
not
another
your
bathroom with me.
friend.
Or somebody you came with.
Your
Right, or
friend
even if you
walk
didn't come with them,
away.
if you see somebody in distress, help them. Because at the end of the day, I would hate
Help
where a
them.
situation I could have changed, and I see somebody on the news like, dang, I
Yeah,
saw that
you know what,
girl.
though?
That's
that girl.
happened.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah,
You
I
got
saw
to
that.
step up and do what's right. You know on the inside what's supposed to
Something
happen.
ain't right.
Exactly.
A lot of people just don't want to get involved. Like, it sucks, because now it's like you help somebody, now you are being accused to be
That's
accessory to
why
the
they
crime.
tell you to,
You know?
if you're
And leave it with
being
the bartender.
attacked, you're not supposed to scream, help me, help me, help me. You're supposed to scream fire. Because
That is
nobody
so-
listens
Who's
to
thinking
help
that
me.
at the moment?
Nobody listens to help me.
I'd be
If
like,
you're-
bomb.
Yeah.
If you say fire?
You are to. I've been told this
That's
by
crazy.
many police officers.
Wow.
You are to scream fire because that will get people's attention. If you scream help, psychologically, people are programmed
To ignore
to
it.
avoid that
Oh, wow.
at all
Interesting.
costs. And so, the best thing to do is scream fire. Scream anything. Because
Scream
the-
fire!
Just scream.
Look, and I was gonna make
Scream.
a
They
joke
don't
that
want
you
so
said
they don't
that.
want to fight. They don't want to work for it. They don't want to work for it, or they wouldn't be just casually dropping drugs into glasses.
Right. I'm just imagining if I'm in a situation to where I'm getting date raped. I'm not trying to. I have to make light of it.
No, right? Because
Yeah,
And I try,
humor.
and
Yeah,
I
we got
sit there and I'm like, yes, come on.
Right.
I wonder if they would still want to do
Yeah,
it.
I've always wondered that.
Hottest one in the club.
Yes, like get her done. It has been too long.
Look, you got any more of those shots?
Yeah, where's them drugs?
Give me some more.
I wonder if he would still want to rape
he
you.
would hate you.
Yeah.
I don't
Messed
know.
He
up.
would probably take you home and like act like nothing ever happened. That's
So
And
that might be
before
a
you
way
know
to
it-
prevent getting raped.
Then before you
Take it, yeah, take
you
it.
know what happened?
Pretend you want it.
You'll be in a relationship with him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Many a fairy tale has begun that way.
I met him the night he tried to rape me, and I act like I like
You
him.
know,
And that's sad, but it's true. I know a lot of people out here that be like, "Well, I had my third child from somebody that did this,"
Yeah, but
but we
you know
still
what,
together.
though?
Like, yeah, shit's crazy in the South.
When I was married and then my husband would pretend to rape me, I liked it.
That's different.
That's different.
Y'all are
That's not like
pro-life.
a psychological thing that a woman
That's a
would.
role play.
How about the husband that says it's not rape because you're my wife?
Oh,
That's
no,
rape.
That's still rape. If I don't want it and you force
Girl,
yourself,
he own you. How is that rape? What you mean?
what you mean? What
No,
you
no.
mean?
No,
That's
no.
rape.
Wow,
That's
what a
not
horrible time to wrap
You
this
don't-
up.
That was about to get you
juicy.
no more.
You
We
don't
are
own you
gonna
no
have
more.
to wrap it up.
That's his stuff.
It is. Yeah, she got to say her
He'll
piece.
take it in your sleep,
Oh God.
in your dreams.
Y'all are too silly. Thank you so much for watching TV 1061 Atlanta. We are Talk Show Divas. Please check us out. We are going to be on in 15 more minutes, hopefully. And I believe Miss Kelz has got something planned. Can't wait to see what it is. So 15 minutes. See y'all then. Thank you.